This is Motherwell Daft. I'm Crofty in Canada.
And I'm Peter in Netherton. Very good evening to you all. Thanks for our undoubted new viewers tonight from Dundee. Thanks for joining us. They say we'll get one or two extras tonight after our first defeat in a wee while.
Well, I'll tell you,
as you can see, everybody, I was obviously at Motherwell today for the rugby. I haven't really seen any of the games. I was at the right game, yes. 30-40, both goalkeepers were terrible. But unfortunately, we slipped to defeated Des. Now, I did say on the previous show, and Dundee, of course, there's a lot of problems this season. We haven't played particularly brilliantly against them. And, listen, fair play to them. They've been in good form, scoring goals, they've got the win. So if they're being fair-minded and decent, you congratulate your opponent for beating you. So fair play to them. Got to tip the hat to the D for getting one over us.
Calm down. It was one of those. Fadender, he could have got a game for the rugby today. That's how he injured himself, trying to rugby tackle somebody. I mean, I watched the game on the stream from Motherwell TV, which most of the time was steady. I don't know if it's the fact that Dundee doesn't have proper internet or anything yet. Do you know what I mean?
This is all we've got, folks. This is all we've got. You know what I mean?
This is all we've got. I'm saying that with my tongue in my cheek because I did spend a lot of time in Dundee. I did work at Radio Terrier for many years, and my family, my extended wife's family, are all from kind of Carnoustie and that neck of the woods.
Yeah,
it was. Do you know what? We got off to a good start. We looked bright. We looked like we were in the mood to do something. I've got to give Dundee credit here. They knew how to handle. I mean, Tawanda didn't have a chance today. Every time he got the ball, he was bundled off. He was bossed off the park, really.
Well, that's maybe what they've obviously looked at and thought, well, Motherwell aren't a particularly physical side. We've spoken about that on here before. Now, I'm not necessarily saying that Dundee roughhoused us or anything, but they found a way to deal with our threats and fair play to them. You know what I mean? That's what teams need to do. They got the better of us. They stopped us playing. They limited our chances by all accounts. It's one of those days. Listen, it's how we recover from it, how we react, how we learn from it. It's only a fourth league defeat this season. We're not going to go absolutely mental with that. We're not throwing the baby out with the bathwater. We've lost a game against a team. We've lost a game against a team that's been in good form recently, picking up wins, scoring a few goals. We struggled against the D twice this season, so we've got a best game to recover next week away at Celtic Park because we can't let ourselves get down in the doldrums. We can't kind of lick our wounds. We need to get back on it. So that's what I need to do. I'm not going to kind of pan the lads for losing one game. It's our fourth one we've lost in the league all season. So they've done us proud. They need to get their heads back up and back in it next week, and we'll see how we go then.
I mean, what I will say is, watching the whole game, it reminded me a wee bit of how St Mirren set up against us. They were quite happy for us to have the ball, and then they kind of broke away, and they were very good at breaking away. And I mean, they hit the bar as well. They could have scored another few goals, but they did know how to contain us, and we just ran out of options. I mean, fair play to the manager. He made some changes in the second half. I mean, he brought Big Thor on. Who else was it we brought on? We brought on
Regan Charles Cook came on a scene as well, and
he was later on in the game.
Tom Sparrow came on a scene.
Sparrow. Yeah, Sparrow it was. He came on and he actually played well. He did, so it did make a difference, and we did go down the line and we did get some crosses over. I think it's about 27 crosses in the match. None of them converted.
Sometimes you just have days like that where a team defends really, really well against you. What you're trying doesn't quite work. You don't take your chances, and you get punished. That's football, unfortunately. You know what I mean? We've maybe learned a harsh lesson today. Because I think a lot of the fans were thinking, taking this game as for granted, and it doesn't work like that. Already looking ahead to the Celtic game. Yeah, we spoke about that the other night.
when we were talking the other night about it, I mean, I was nervous about this game. Kind of how I felt going into the St Mirren game, but actually we just didn't get the breaks that we needed. We tried and we tried. We huffed and we puffed. We made a lot of silly little errors in the match today, I'd say. I mean, at the back, we looked a bit nervy at the back. Callum Ward was just, for me, hanging on the ball just a wee bit too long. He would make a pass to somebody who's surrounded with a couple of Dundee players, and sometimes I just want him to get it up the park or out a wee bit when there's nothing on like that, But as I say, Dundee did deserve it. What was it Presley said? He praised his team's resilience, and we mentioned their resilience the other day there, and the ability to answer Motherwell's attacking questions, and that's what they did. But the gaffer, he basically said he's disappointed with the result, but he was satisfied with the team effort and the first half tempo. I think that's kind of where we're all at now, isn't it?
Well, that's the thing. We're not going to win every week. We know that. It's disappointing. We kind of like to win when we're winning games and keeping clean sheets, but it doesn't last forever. And that's the first time we've lost 2 goals in the league, in a league match, since I think Celtic beat us in October 3-2. So that says something as well, you know what I mean?
It just was one of those days, Peter. It's one of those days. It just felt like we just won it. We weren't going to. I thought when we got the equaliser, I thought we would have maybe went on to try and sneak it, but that's where we caused ourselves a wee bit of problems. You know what I mean? Because when we tried to go and get the second goal, they kind of broke free and they punished us. And that's it. There's not really. This isn't going to be long tonight. There's not a lot to say.
Funny that.
Do you know what I mean? There's not a lot to be talking about.
No, other than the fact that it's obviously how we can react to losing a game. It's not killed our season. That's the thing we need to remember. We're still very much in position to finish 4th, qualify for European football, 4th or better. Still got that option to maybe push up the league. But I guess how we react. This will be an interesting week. Because I think a lot of the fans were kind of like, I know the players wouldn't have been falling in love with themselves and thinking, oh, we're the best thing ever. The ends will kind of keep their feet in the ground, get their head back in the game, working the basics, working the fundamentals of what's done as well all season, and hopefully get back on the horse next week and give Celtic a really, really tough game. But disappointing one, but you need to say fair play to Dundee. They've got the win. They were in relegation trouble early in the season. And now I think pretty much safe. So, which is great for them, because Stephen Presley was in bother after the first few games. It looked like he was going to be very unpopular. But fair play, they've done a number on us. So that's it. Nothing much more to say.
One thing I would say is just to finish up. Do you know what I mean? We need to stop trying to overplay our way into the goals. Do you know what I mean? There was occasions there today that we just made too many passes in a very crowded Dundee box. So the manager will need to have a look at that, I would say. And over and above that, but we're just going to put it down as a bad day at the office.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's all right to have the shot at goal. But listen, as I say, the players have done us proud all season, so we're not going to call them out for it, you know what I mean? So it's a disappointment.
Back against Celtic.
So it's a bump in the road. These things happen when you're on a journey. So we'll not call them out. But just need to say, hard lines, boys. Get the heads up. Back in it next week, and we'll see where we go. We'll say fair play to Dundee for a victory against one of the best teams in the league, and that's it. Nothing much more we can say about it, mate.
Well, you're heading out to the bingo tonight, so I'll let you get on with it. And
thank you. Aye.
And it's what time is it here in Canada? It's about 2:15. So I'm going to go out for a wee walk because the weather's starting to get better. Listen, have a great weekend, everybody. Like, share, subscribe, and all that. And we'll be back on before the Celtic match.
There it was. Good night, folks.